It is another beautiful day in Ohio, and we're riding the Stark Varg. All right, let's go into modes. Whoop, I gotta get that thing on. Go down to map 5. I'm gonna put map 5 all the way to 80 horsepower. We got max alpha power. We got 80% reload. We're gonna send it to the bike. It gives me the warning: alpha power engage. This is a ridiculous level of power. We do not recommend it. That makes me want to try it even more. All right, we got it. So map 1 is 10 horsepower, map 2 20, map 3 is 35, map 4 is 40, and now map 5 is 80. This is one of the coolest things about this thing is, we're in map 4, and why not try map 5, 80 horsepower, full power, alpha mode. And that's what's so cool about this thing. You can just dial it to wherever you want. Whoa. And the power just keeps building. It's not 80 horsepower. You can ride it around in 80 horsepower mode. It's nice and smooth. We can just putt around like a little trials bike and then just roll in and it just builds power. This is 80 horsepower mode. You just ride around. You can just pull a little wheelie if you want. 80 horsepower. Still controllable. But it does get going. Front end doesn't want to stay on the ground. And it just pulls. We're going up about 65 miles an hour or so. It just keeps pulling and pulling. But it's easy enough to just kind of just ride around. 80. So comfy. So it really comes down to your throttle input, you know? We'll go down in the woods here. In 80 horsepower. And it just, you know, if you just ride it easy, it's so funny to have something that's so, you hear that tire just clawing. $80 horsepower. Of course, you got to be careful. But you could trail ride with it like that. Just better warn the people in front of you. Wouldn't want to get any whiskey throttle. But then, if we just pop her down a map to 40 horsepower, oh man, it's just so easy to ride. You actually can modulate the throttle. And you can dial it to whatever horsepower you want. I have 47, 48, 51, 55. Just in the couple of times I've been playing with it, I've been finding like 35 is, if it's dry and slippery, 35 is pretty good in the woods. 40 is good. 40 is good on even a dry, slippery motor track, but you go to a prep one, 50, it's going to maybe feel better. 45 or 50 or maybe 55. I think generally, and I rode it before at Greer's, 55 felt really good. A little powerful, but 45 was kind of nice, and 50. But you can play with it. You can even play with the regen. I've got it on 80%, but it's not to me it still regens way less than a 4-stroke, like a 450. Yeah. It's so fun to just, you go to map 3, map 2 is 20 horsepower. Nice gentle trail ride. You go to map 1 and let your kids ride it, your girlfriend, or anybody you're just introducing to motorcycles. Just easy. WOT, and it's just 20 miles an hour, just building RPM. You can just click up on the fly. You get it into map 5, and just turbo. So that's how you compress space and time. Map 5. It's like a time warp. I think it is just so cool to be able to have like multiple bikes in one. This thing is, you can have it be an 80 horsepower missile, or you can have it to be a 10 horsepower beginner's bike teaching somebody how to ride. How cool is that? It just builds power. Oh, that is so cool. So cool. You push the stop, so I put it in neutral. That way the throttle's not going. There you can hear that radiator fan. 80 horsepower warms things up back there. Anyhow, the map stuff is super cool. 80 horsepower is insane. It's neat that they build something like that. It's so cool that you can just program and do whatever you want with it. This is really a cool bike. 2 big thumbs up, Stark Varg.